This is Defining Success, created by FilmSpire. Friends, welcome to our very first episode. This is episode 0 of Defining Success. My name is Taylor Quinn. I am the CEO of FilmSpire. We are a video marketing company based in Richmond, Virginia. And this is going to be a new podcast series we are launching. I'm here with my good friend and colleague, Deidre Victoria. Deidre, say hi. Introduce yourself.
I'm Deidre. I'm the operations manager, and Taylor and I, we've worked together for a year now.
A year, which is crazy. We'll get into that later.
Okay.
And the purpose for this podcast really is we're calling it Defining Success. And the reason that we do that is that's one of the first questions we ask potential clients we work with is, hey, you've got this great project in mind you want to work on, and how are you going to define success? How are we going to know this has been wildly successful? What are our success metrics for this project? So really the purpose of this podcast is for us to talk to our clients when we finish a project and really ask them, how did we define success for this project? Was it a success? What went well? Even what were some of the challenges? So we're going to talk about the successful projects that we have worked on. And then we're also going to talk about just what does success mean for, the client at their company, at their nonprofit. How do they define success as an organization? And then, we've got some great guests that are going to be on the show that are our clients, and we'll want to know for them personally, like, what does success look like for them? Mm-hmm. Personally, emotionally, could be something with their family, something that they've achieved personally. And we just kind of want to talk about that philosophy of success. And that's really what the purpose of the Defining Success podcast is. And there's some other great benefits, Deidre, that you and I have talked about of just, it's a great way for us to get, great sound bites and testimonials from clients. I know that's one thing that we've been working on. Why do you think that's important for us to try and collect that, Deidre?
I'm sorry.
We're new at this. We're figuring it out.
Can you repeat that question?
Yeah,
I mean,
we've talked about the idea of trying to get great sound bites from clients and why they choose to work with us. What do you think that doing that will help us do or help us maybe achieve?
Well, I think it would show that our level of expertise and how much we care about our clients and their mission and what they stand for.
Yep.
So I think it's proof that we're not just their videographer, but we're part of their team.
Exactly. Yeah. And it shows we're part of the team. It shows we want to have them win as much as we want to win. And then hopefully, it'll be a great marketing piece for us and also for them because they get to talk about their organization and what success means for them. And hopefully that the guests who come, that they can be seen as kind of industry leaders because they've been successful in their career. Right. They've got to this company or nonprofit somehow, and that was probably due to their success. And hopefully, people can see the great work that we do as well, and it's a win-win for both. Mm-hmm. So,
right.
It's exciting that we're doing this. And this is our new podcast studio. This is a great service we are trying to offer is podcasting services. So we think that podcasts are a great way to just have conversations.
Yeah.
And showcase who you are as an organization, have deeper conversations, and create lots of great content from just even one episode of a podcast. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what we're about. And we're excited to see where this podcast goes. So let's just do this, Deidre. Let's talk a little bit about success. How do you think, I know for me, probably what my thought might be, but what does success look like for the clients we work with? How do you think we try and define success at FilmSpire for our clients? What does that look like? How do you think we define that? What do you think?
Well, I think that when we talk to a client and there are certain questions that we ask to understand what their goals are, what the outcome of the video, what goal they're looking for as far as the outcome of the video, and just being able to kind of brainstorm and talk out loud about what they're thinking about and how they want to use the video,
Yep.
so that we can be successful. They can be successful and we can be successful. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I know for different organizations, success might mean different things for them, for
Right.
their video. Some people, it's like, oh, we want this video to produce more sales, more revenue for our business.
right,
So sometimes it's really financially motivated. Other times it's like, we're really successful, but it's surprising not a lot of people know about us. So maybe for them it's more awareness,
right,
brand awareness as an organization. I think of our nonprofits that we work with. A lot of them have fundraising goals, and they hope that this video can help increase donations to their organizations. Maybe they need more volunteers, and so that's a goal for them.
right,
So and sometimes it's not even quantitative; it's a qualitative goal, such as we want people to have this feeling when they watch this, that they trust us, that they think what we do is cool.
right,
You can't really measure that per se, but it is something that they are using to define success for their organization.
right,
I think it's really a cool concept because it's not always like, oh, I make so much money, or hey, we've got so many followers, but there's other things that help that you can define success
Right.
for yourself.
yes, that's true.
Yeah. Deidre, how would you define success for you? I know you've had a career that's kind of gone different places, and this is, you've been with us for a year now, which has been great. Maybe how do you, as everything that you are, an operations manager, a mom, a wife, what does the idea of success look like, or how do you define that?
I think personal experiences. I've been married to my husband 15 years now.
That is,
And
let's pause on that. That is success in a
Yes.
lot of ways. 15
is.
years of marriage. I'm married.
15.
You've got 10 more years on me than that.
Yeah.
But that's huge. Yeah.
I think so. So that is success to me. One of the things that I do is if I have a goal, I write it down. I have a notebook full of goals. And when I achieve a goal and I mark it off, I feel successful. Like years ago, I had a goal of losing weight, and I lost 80 pounds. That was a huge goal.
Again, time out. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a huge successful goal. That's amazing.
Absolutely. So that's what success is for me personally. When I have a goal and I reach it, I feel like the richest person in the world.
Totally.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. For me, it's been really interesting. I obviously am a business owner, right? And so it's very easy, I think, to define your success as like, oh man, how much revenue did FilmSpire generate? Which is definitely a metric of success, I think, and we want to be successful in that
Right.
way. But I also try and look at all the relationships I've made since I started FilmSpire 8 years ago. Or how many, great interactions and stories I've heard of the impact our work has made. That is successful for me on a personal level. It's like I'm a dad, it's just being there for my kids.
Yeah.
Setting up boundaries to make sure I'm home to put them to bed. It's working on the marriage, having a happy and wonderful marriage. That's how I define success. And I've thought, when I started my business, I didn't really want the money to be what defined the success for FilmSpire.
Right.
Again, it is important.
Right.
But I kind of made this promise that, no matter how much or how little I'd make, this is what I'd want to do. And so, for me, that's kind of how I define success is just the fulfillment that I get and the fulfillment I give to others as well.
Right.
Our clients, you as a teammate, and all those things are super, super important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love how you define success, and it includes your family.
Yeah, it has to, I think, for someone individually and their personally. And it can't just be about my glory, and I don't want it to be about my glory.
Right.
I want to be able to pour into others as much as I can. And I think that also ties to the mission of Filmspire, which is to create films that inspire action. We want to pour out, create something for our clients, giving all of ourselves in the creative process to create something that's going to be really inspiring and also make a difference in their organization. So there's a lot, and so we're excited to have clients come on and talk about their project and their process and what went well and how we define success for this project and also how they define success for themselves. Right. So it's just so funny. You can think like, oh, it's just about the money or the numbers, but I think as we've been talking, success can be so much deeper than that. Yes. There's this whole philosophy of what success is, and it doesn't need to be in a braggadocious way.
Right.
I think success can also be very humble too.
Yes.
So we're excited, and we're excited for you guys to tune in and watch. So tune in to our episodes for Defining Success. We'll have this kind of reoccurring on a regular basis with clients as we wrap up projects and past clients as well. All industries, environment, nonprofit, tech, finance. It's going to be broad. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're just going to dive in deep. So, Deidre, thanks for coming in and
Absolutely.
for doing this. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in.